Steph, you said you don't really pay attention to the numbers, but media do, and your numbers this season look like the 2016 season. Would you like to be in the MVP conversation this year?
The game speaks for itself, and 15, 16, 14, 15, those 2 years is the exact same kind of conversation. Obviously, that's an amazing accomplishment, and being in that conversation with all that we've been through these last 2 or 3 years, that means something. Those narratives make themselves as you go throughout the season, and my job is obviously to just be at the level that I expect to be, and usually that means you're at the top at the end of the season. So I really try not to get distracted by that. Because it kind of changed the moment. And really right now, if I'm doing my job, then I'll be there at the end of the season, and that'll take care of itself.
Steph, and going off what Kerry just asked, I think the biggest knock that people have on you right now is wins and losses. Should that be taken into consideration, you think, for the MVP race?
It always has, and it always will. And like I said, those narratives, you could always make judgments based on what you value and what you see, and numbers and wins and losses and the eye test and all that type of stuff. It's kind of what makes the beauty of that award in general, because everybody has a different take on what it means. Sometimes the goalposts do change, though, for sure. So it's just a matter of, again, doing my job, and if that means people want to, put me in that conversation or any of the other guys, then, that's amazing. If not going to change how I approach the game.
Hey, Steph, Coach Kerr kind of compared you to a veteran quarterback, just in terms of having seen so much in this stage of your career that you can kind of read defenses better. LeBron said similar things about getting to a point in your career where you've seen every type of defense. Do you feel this season that mentally and basketball IQ-wise, you're seeing the game at a different level?
I mean, I better. It's part of, the evolution of being around as long and having a kind of consistent system that you've learned to master and bring new guys along into it. So, if I'm the same player I was 4 years ago, then I'm losing. And I don't think that's the case, obviously, but you got to find different ways to continue to get better and use those experiences and reps to your advantage, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Steph, kind of changing the subject away from KD, a couple minutes ago, you're talking about, as you get better and better and better, you think that you can shoot like this consistently, do all these things consistently, then defenses start throwing more and more at you. What do you remember from those earlier conversations with Steve Kerr about how to deal with those defenses, and how have those conversations evolved as teams throw more at you?
I mean, a lot of it is just the ability to switch up the looks, where it's not just me at the top of the key running pick and roll, which is obviously at times a great look, and me and Draymond, and the space that we can create if there's a lot of tension on me. But, there's no secret of how I like to play, on and off the ball, and being able to create, flow where that attention opens up shots for other people. It's a great way to play basketball, and everybody feels involved, and it becomes really hard to guard and unpredictable in that sense. And, I can still find shots even if, they're sending double teams and all that, because you can't really keep up, all over the court if I'm continuing to move and everybody's in rhythm. And that was what he wanted to put in, his first year, and it took us a while to get there. And now we're having to kind of recreate it a little bit, and we're getting better at it. And it's again, it's a fun way to play, because you never know what's going to happen on every possession.
You ever impress yourself when you dribble through an entire team's defense and make some acrobatic layup? Do you ever kind of sit back and say, like, wow, I just did that?
Sometimes, for sure. That's why I like to have fun with the game. And you see some of the celebrations that come out just naturally. It's kind of those moments.